Welcome back. Welcome live on Thursday this week, but here we are for our getting started session of the month. It's the first webinar in September. So let's open the month with this video and we will see together how to use Magic Plan, how it works, maybe just where to find what. So everyone that's starting using the app will know where to find everything. If you guys have questions, please write them down in the comments. Don't be shy. I'm gonna answer you later or while we're doing what we're doing if you have any doubts. Okay, I see that some people already joined us. Perfect. So I would say that we can start sharing the screen of the I'm using an iPhone, so you will see what I'm doing here on my screen. 3, 2, 1, and here we are. Okay, so I would say that we can start, right? Okay, everyone's ready. Perfect. So this is the main page, right? So you see that I'm on my project. This means when you create your first project, then they will be listed here. If you have no projects, of course, you will start creating them. Then we have the community toggle, the academy toggle. I'm not opening them just in case that some private emails of you guys will be displayed. So we don't want to do that, but please take a look in your account. And here we have my account. We can enter here. And here we have all our settings. Okay, so you have the company profile. If you have a subscription, you will see the details here. Maybe an important note, under app preferences, you can change the unit. So if you want to use metric or maybe feet and inches, you can change it here and it will automatically apply to all your future projects. Okay, and take a look in your account to all the details and all the infos that you have here under my account. Let's go back to my project, to my main page here. You can see that if I tap on the 3 dots of a project, I can mark it as a favorite, for example. This makes it available also offline. So if I go somewhere and I have no data or no Wi-Fi, I simply make it or mark it as favorite in advance. It will also be listed here to make it easier. And you can work on the project also offline. And once you're back online, then all the updates will be applied. And I go back to all. You can also make it as unfavorite later. I have a little fly flying around my head. So if you see me doing like strange moves, then you can also move the project still from the 3 little dots. You can duplicate the project and you can archive it. If I archive my project, it will be listed under archive and I can keep working on it anytime. So I still push or tap on the 3 little dots again. I do recover only, and boom, we're back here on the main page. Amod says, hi there. So, okay, I would say that we can enter this project since we started working on it. And we can see here at the top, we have our info. So if you add an address to your project, you can also rename it, right? So if you want, you could tap here and see edit project details. And if you have a form that you previously created in your Magic Plan Cloud, it will also appear here. Little note, it has to be created or saved at the project level, and then it will apply here and you can fill it in right away. Super quick and easy. Then we have the statistics. You can do see all. I'm not going into detail there right now. We can maybe take a look at it later. Then we have our floor plan here. So now we have one floor, but I'm going to create another floor with you guys in one sec. Here we have the photo section. You could actually also start from here, right? If you don't want to create a floor plan at the top here, You can also start by adding photos, and then later you can decide if you want to create a floor plan also. Then you have the file section. Here you could import your own files, and then every time that you export a file, a document, PDF, for example, it will be listed here. Okay, so you can see here I have different formats that I already generated for this project in advance. Okay, I go back here to floor plans. I see that there's a question maybe. I wanted to learn about magicplan. It's a great tool, but I need to learn from basics. Okay, Emma, let's start from here. Then if you have questions on the go, then you let me know, right? Perfect. It's also more interactive for me if you guys have questions. Okay, I would say let's start creating a new floor. Okay, so we tap on the plus and we create, for example, the first floor. Okay, now it's empty. So I can tap on insert and room and I can start creating my floor plan. Little note, you can see that I do not have the LiDAR auto scan on top of my options. That's just because the phone that I'm using, it's not a pro device. So you need an iOS Pro device because it has an extra little sensor that allows the LiDAR auto scan to work. But I could use all the other features. Now, I don't want to walk around my room with the cable, but I will start with add a square room, okay? If you have your option also here, manual scan on your device, please take a look at it. But we will do another live for that. So let's say that we have a kitchen and voila. Now, I don't need to exit the room. I can go ahead. I can tap on insert room and we can select another option. For example, draw room. Okay. And let's do a living room. I zoom out a bit so I have more space. Now I can decide where to create my room. I can create it already here attached to my kitchen. This is our dining room like this. Then I tap on insert room and I'm going to do again draw room. I will select a bathroom and let me zoom out again. Maybe I will create a bathroom here. I don't have to create it already attached to my other room. I can also create it here in the blank space. And then I can tap on edit layout at the bottom. If you're using your tablet, it will be on the left, right? Just that so you know. I tap on edit layout and I'm going to, no, I don't want to rotate it. I leave it like this. I just assemble the room here like this. Okay. Little suggestion from my side. If you have rooms with irregular shapes, it's better to create them already assembled. That's just because the room tend to snap a bit. Maybe you saw it right now. Let me undo and redo it so you can see it a bit better. If I go here, the room tend to do this thing of like snapping. We're trying to improve this behavior to also allow you guys to disable this feature, but it's not something that it's done yet. So if you would have, for example, a space here, you can still edit your rooms later, no panic. But for example, like this, okay? So if we have a little space here, but if you have rooms with very irregular shapes, I suggest you guys to create them already assembled, right? So for example, we could say, let me do something with an irregular shape also here. Let me draw a room. I'm going to add a balcony and I would like the balcony to start from here, then there's a space for some reason. Now go there, there, and there. Okay, so you see that nothing snapped, and also this little corner that I wanted to leave empty is there. So it's just a suggestion, okay? So you don't have rooms that change shape. You can also enter a room, and if you tap on the little blue number, you can also type the exact same number if you want, but this will then lock the measurement. Apply, you see that there's a little padlock here. This means that if I change something that's near to this, let's say, wall, the app will ask, are you sure, or was it a mistake? I do cancel because it was a mistake. So we are going to leave it like this for now. I know that the shape it's a bit odd, but no panic. We're going to fill in also the empty spaces. Emot. So let me read. Power cut will join after some time. Wi-Fi will be shut soon. Is there any way? Wait, I'm not sure to understand. Is there any way can I to get connected with you guys? Your email or something that I can? I don't know what's the exact problem, Emod. If you have something with the app that's maybe glitching, or because I'm not sure, or if you do not have the Wi-Fi soon, so it will. Okay, maybe you cannot follow the live any longer. If you want to contact us later, let me grab the email so I can also show it to you. Here, you can write us at up there. You should see it running. support@magicplan.app. Okay. If you want the up there, if you want me to answer your question, you can write hi Silvia and I can answer you. Otherwise, I have also my amazing colleagues. They can answer you if I'm not here or I'm off or whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and fill in these spaces, because here we left these empty places and we can tap on insert room. And now we are going to use the option down there, add filler, and I'm going to add a filler wall. Okay, this fills in spaces that are existing in your house, but they're not living spaces. It's a wall, right? Makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to move it and put it here, and I let it go. Voila, it has been filled in. If the size is not correct, you can always reshape it. Okay, you can also pull it down and then you just adapt the other room so that they are aligned. You see the little green dots there, they help you positioning everything so you know that you're doing correctly. If you don't like it with the stripes, no worries, go in the info section and from there you can change the color. I didn't want to close it. You can make it black. I know a lot of you like to make it black, so let's do it like that. Okay, and we can also fill in a room. So if we do insert room and we do still add filler, we can tap on filler room. Let's create a hallway, like an entrance for this room with this apartment with a weird shape, I would say. Let's position it here. Okay, perfect. Then it filled in my space to enter the house. I can also tap on the room and insert maybe a door. So we tap on insert object and we look for a door that we would like to use, hinge door, for example. I rotate it. Yeah, let's leave it like this. Would it open from the outside? Yes, my door opens like this. Okay, and we could also add something to indicate that this is the entrance, maybe from here. Insert, object, annotations, arrow, and just like that, we say, here it's the entrance, my dear friends. Here we go. Okay, now I would say, do you guys have questions or are we good to go? I can continue. Okay, perfect. I was taking a look around, everything fine, good. Now, here we have the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, the entrance, this balcony with a special shape. Maybe we want to take a look at something, because if we don't want to have a regular door that separates the kitchen from the entrance, we could select the kitchen, select the wall, and we tap on insert object, and from the doors we simply add an opening. Okay, this opening can be reshaped. You can use your fingertips and you can make it longer or wider, a bit more narrow. You can move it as you wish. So this is a great idea if you have a part of the wall that you're still keeping or that you still have, right? So the let's say the kitchen is not completely connected to the entrance. It's just, let's say, half and half. I can also show you in 3D, so it gives you a better idea like this. So we have a bigger space to enter our kitchen because we don't want to have an extra door moving, but we still have part of the wall. So I would use this option in this case. However, if you do not have an entire wall, so you want to remove something, for example, let's say here, for some reasons, we don't want to have this wall that goes from the entrance to the living room, we can delete it, right? So I selected it, and from the bottom, I tap on delete. So let's see. Voila. So you see that the living room and the entrance are now connected. Maybe we have enough space here to create something beautiful, because I know that a lot of you guys always have the question, how do I add a smaller room into a bigger room, like a closet or whatever kind of room? You can start from the bigger room because we have to create the space. So we have to eliminate a part or the part of the bigger room that is going to be a smaller one, and then we can add another room. So super simple. Let's take this wall, for example, and we move it away like this. I help myself with the little green dots, so I know that I'm aligned there. Perfect. Now we have the space. You can see that it has a different background, right? So you know that here there's no room. I don't want to change the measurement. There's nothing in there. Now we tap on insert room. We insert add a filler room. I'm going to do a closet in this case because it's fine. Here we simply move this blue arrow around, we let it go, and voila, here it is. Beautiful closet, and we can enter it from the let's say that we can enter it from the bathroom. I know it's not typical, it's just how it's coming out from my brain. Okay, so let's add a door here from the objects. Let's say that we want a folding door, so we have a bit more space. We can make it wider like this. Okay, and align it to the wall. Okie doke. So let me add some doors so we can move around here. You know what we can do? Something interesting. Maybe if we don't want to have something like a labyrinth here, we can split this living room. Perfect example. I select a room, I tap on the wall, I can move down. No, I can leave it like this. I tap a bit more farther down here. And from the menu, we can split the room. So if we have a bigger room, we can split it in 2 or more smaller rooms. Let's do like this, and voila. We have it here. Maybe I'm going to pull it down a bit so it's aligned here, and so that the rooms are connected correctly. Don't forget to align the other room too. Voila. Let's see. Perfect. Now I could add an entrance here. Let's add something from the objects. Let's add a glass door, maybe here. Glass door like this. Okay, now I can add also something like a window. Let's add some objects today. So we didn't do it in the last getting started, or we just added a couple of objects. Let's add some more objects here. So we can also duplicate the object if we have more than one. And if we want, we can also select the wall and take a look in the elevation view. Here it is. So here we have a better idea of the space, right? If we want to place something in the elevation view here, so maybe you say, you know what? Yes, I like it like this, or I want to change the window type, whatever. So let's go back to 2D. Okay. Now let's also add something here to the bathroom, like also a window could be a good idea. By the way, the last objects that you used are listed here. You see, recently used. So if you have an object that you want to use several times, perhaps you want to add it right away to all your rooms so that you don't have to look for it. You can do it directly from the recently used object. And one more important tip, if you tap on edit, you can see also the beautiful hidden folder. So maybe there's something that you would like to use. For example, the, I don't know, office category. It's something that I like to use a lot. Or there's something that you don't want to use from the other categories that are listed and you can remove them. Okay, then you tap on done once you're happy. Okay, see that you guys have no new questions. Perfect. When you see me taking a look up and down, it's just because I'm checking. Okay, now let me see. Did we add the window? Yes. Let me also add a window and a door here because we want to also be able to go on the balcony. So let's add here French window and also a glass door. Maybe we rotate it so it can open so against the wall basically. And maybe I want to add also this door to the living room side. So I'm going to select, or I just selected the balcony. I tap on the door and I duplicate it. You can only duplicate the objects inside the same room, right? We are experts and we all know. But if you just started using the app, you maybe don't know. So just as a side note. Okay, let's add some objects here. Oh, we have a bathroom that's really big. It's bigger than the living room, I would say. Let's make the living room a bit bigger. I don't want to have it smaller as the bathroom. So I align it to the balcony. Okay, just like that. And let's add something here from the plumbing category. Let's add the bathtub because we have enough space today in my imaginary bathroom. Then let's tap again on the objects and add something additional to our plumbing or from our plumbing category to the bathroom. The double sink with cabinets. Let's position it. Oh, we didn't add the door. Aiuto. Let me add the door to the bathroom. Okay, let's do here doors because we added the door, but just to the closet, not to the bathroom. So I rotate it like that. Okie doke. And let's add something more. We have so much space in this bathroom because I would like to show you the final project in 3D because I love to look at the final project with all the objects. Let's take something additional here from the plumbing. Let's say that we want to add. Let me think. Okay, toilet. Good idea. Put it down. I put it down here. And now I'm gonna also do something interesting to show you guys. You know what? Let's do this bathtub a bit bigger. Bit wider, a bit more square, so big bathtub. Okie doke. And we can also add something. Let me see. Let's use the search bar. If we have a mirror that we can use search, let's do rectangular mirror. La 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 la. Let's position it here because we have the closet. Now, we have our bathroom here, but we have also the closet that, I don't know, for some reasons has the opening in the bathroom. By the way, I saw it for real in some houses. You wouldn't believe it, but it exists. So we could also say, but you know what? I would like to have more privacy when I'm here. So I can also tap on my wall and I don't want to move the room. Just add a wall here from the menu. You can see here at the bottom that there's the option add wall. So you select the wall where you want to add something like a separate, for example, and we add a wall like this. So you don't need, in this case, to, for example, split the room, you just add your wall. You can resize it if you want. Maybe this is too long, so let's do just 1 meter. And you see that you have a cozy corner down there. We can also make our sink a bit wider. Let me see. Yes, I have it. And voila. Perfect. We can also add something to our other rooms if we want, maybe something here. Let me also do one thing. We can change the room color here because we make it like this. Okay, let's insert something to the living room from the furniture. So we also take a look around to our furniture category. Little note, if you tap on the object and drag and drop it, then the object categories opens again by itself, as you could see right now. So let's go again in the furniture and see something. I'm just going to add a carpet. Okay, so we have the carpet here. I want to rotate the couch like this. Okay, then you can add as many details as you want, right? And maybe here on our balcony, I'm going to add, let me look for a plant here, and I duplicate it. So I have 2 plants on my balcony. Okay, and well, we can also add something in the kitchen, but I'm just going to add a table with some chairs so I can show you also something additional at the end of this webinar here. So let's select something. Let me look for it. Let's use the search bar. It's so nice. Table. Let's see. So you guys can also see what you can do when you're playing around for the first time with the app. Let's do dining table with 6 chairs. Okay, we position it here. Then we would also need space to add our kitchen right here on the side, but I'm not going to add it right now. Okay, let's take a look in 3D, I would say. We have some objects, so should look nice. Voila. So we have our balcony. We have the table. We have also here our bathroom. You can see, you can also see the details and the difference here. So if you have, I'm going to use my mouse. I have my screen shared 3 times, just in case you're wondering why you can see my mouse also. Here we have an opening that we added to a regular wall, okay? But here, let me rotate it a bit so you can see it a bit better. We have the wall that we added from the menu, okay? So there's the difference that here you have nothing, it's completely open, and here when you add an opening, you still have the other part of the wall, okay? And here we splitted the room also in the middle. So this is what you would see. You also have part of the wall. Of course, you can make the opening wider, and you can change the height so that you have maybe just a teeny tiny part of the wall or a smaller part of wall here on top of the opening. But so you can see the difference, right? I think you can see it pretty good. Okay, now I want to show you something because I had this question, or I got this question a couple of times. I'm just going to add another room. I do a square room, living room, okay? If you create a room and you're accidentally still, as in this case, in the first floor, but this room does not belong to this floor, no panic, you do not have to create this room again. You simply select the room, you open the info section. Here you scroll up. If you're on your tablet, it's from the right side, right? Right side, right? And here under general, you can change the floor. So you simply select the floor where you would like to move this room. Let's say second floor. We didn't even created it before, but as you can see, the room is gone because it has been automatically moved here, and the second floor has been also automatically created. So don't like no fear if you see a room on the wrong floor later, you can always move them around. Okay, if you have a floor, it can also happen that you have a house with several floors and several apartments and they all look the same, like the layout is exactly the same. You do not have to create each floor. You simply create the first floor, maybe without object as you prefer. You tap on the three dots and you duplicate the floor. Now, let's say that we stay here in the same project, right? You see project name. There you could also change the project and duplicate this floor into a different project. But now let's stay here. I just select the third floor because we didn't use it yet, and we duplicate it. Okay, and as you can see, now we have the first floor, the second floor will remove the other room, and voila, the third floor looks exactly the same as the first floor. Okay? I'm back. Okay, I hope I didn't miss much. No, but don't worry, the live will be saved, so you can also watch the replay later. So it will still be here in the live section of our YouTube channel. And okay, so we saw a lot of things, I would say. Do you guys have now any questions for me? Or also anything that you would like me to show you the next time? Because I try to adapt the getting started video to what you guys ask for in general from week to week, or from let's say from today until we do the next live getting started. I will keep in mind your questions when you write me an email or something like that. Maybe we can take a look at one last thing, so you have some seconds to write your questions if you have some. If I tap on new project, I create a new project and it's completely empty. And here, for example, I could also start from photos. So if I tap on the plus and I say, you know what, I'm going to attach the floor plan later to my file section because I already have it with, I don't know, I created it on pen and paper or with pen and paper, then you can start taking, let's say, a look around and documenting the property where you're in with the photo section. So you would, let me redo it because I see some new people joined. So you would start from the photo section. We tap on the plus camera. Now you will see my table, but when you're inside, you can take your photos. Let's take 1, 2, 3. We tap on next. We could also edit them right away. Okay, so if we want, let's say we enter this photo, we say edit, and we could, let's say, redact. Okay, we want to hide something like that. Okay, done. Now I'm happy. I don't want to edit all the photos, all the 3 photos just to show you something. We do save all, and voila, you can start with the photos and you can attach your files here, or you can then later start with the floor plan, as simple as that. Okay, let me see. Carlos, hi. Not sure if you mentioned it, but I would like to see the use of 360 photos. Carlos, I just completed a video today about the feature because we have something new and something very interesting coming out in the next days or weeks. Once it's done and everything is set up, the video will be published here on the channel, so you can follow me there step by step, because now it's a bit complicated. I would have to connect everything, also the camera which is down there, but there's an upcoming video exactly about these topics, so just wait for it. It will be public soon. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this live session together. Okay, we'll follow the video, the replay later. No worries, you're welcome. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much for following me also today, and for your questions and for your participation. I will see you in our next live video in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, as I always say at the end of our videos, depending on the time zone where you are, I wish you a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening.